The road is a lonely place. Miles stretch endlessly beneath the tires, the darkness creeping in, swallowing the world whole. Truckers know the game. Keep your head down, do your job, and for God's sake, stay away from the lot lizards. That's what they call the hookers who haunt the truck stops, slinking between rigs, offering a warm body to men who've been alone on the road too long. Most of them just hustling to survive. But then there was her, and she wasn't just turning tricks. She was turning graves. It started like any other long haul. Dean had been driving 16 hours straight, exhausted but pushing through. He pulled into a truck stop just outside Oklahoma City. A real sketchy joint where the fuel pumps barely worked, the showers smelled like mold, and the coffee tasted like burnt rubber. He'd planned to sleep, but then came the knock. Tap, tap, tap. A light, familiar rhythm. Truckers knew it well. Dean cracked his window, and there she was, petite blonde, big blue eyes that shimmered under flickering truck stoplights. Dressed in tight jeans and a hoodie 2 sizes too big. She was the kind of girl that made you forget she was bad for you. Hey, sugar, need some company? Her voice was syrupy sweet. Dean chuckled, shaking his head. Just try and get some shut-eyes, sweetheart. She smiled, biting her lower lip. I can help you sleep real good. It had been a long time. Too long. Against his better judgment, Dean led her inside. That was mistake number 1. She made herself comfortable fast. Too fast. Slid into the passenger seat, pulled out a flask, and offered him a drink. Dean wasn't stupid. He wasn't about to sip from some random woman's bottle. Nah, I'm good. She pouted. More for me then. That's when he noticed her nails. Long, yellowed at the tips. And the smell. Something sour, lingering beneath her cheap perfume. Then mistake number 2. He let his guard down. They talked, flirted a little, but when she leaned in too close, he caught something wrong. Her pupils too big, not just drug big. Predator big. You got a name? Dean asked, suddenly on edge. She smirked. Candy. That was the last thing he remembered before the world went black. Dean woke up to hell. His head throbbed like it had been split open with a sledgehammer. His tongue felt like sandpaper, his limbs heavy as if something was pressing down on his chest. He wasn't in his truck anymore. He was outside, lying on his back in the middle of a goddamn wheat field. Cold air bit his skin. His shirt was ripped, his wallet and keys gone. His truck gone. Son of a bitch. He tried to sit up, but his body refused to move. That's when he saw the others. Scattered to the field like discarded dolls. Other truckers lay sprawled out, unmoving, some breathing, some not. Dean's stomach twisted. Then he heard it. Laughter. A woman's laughter. Candy. She stood at the edge of the field, silhouetted under the moonlight. Only now she wasn't alone. Behind her, figures moved. Not human. Not right. Too long. Too thin. Their limbs bent in ways that bones shouldn't allow. Their faces were obscured in shadow, but their eyes, black voids, empty and endless, pierced the night. Looks like we got a live one. Candy giggled, stepping forward. Don't worry, sugar. We'll fix that soon. Dean struggled, adrenaline kicking in, but whatever she drugged him kept him paralyzed. The figures closed in, moving wrong, their bodies jerking and twitching. The closer they got, the stronger the smell, rotting meat. What the hell are you? Dean managed to croak. Candy crouched beside him, stroking his cheek with her clawed fingers. Just a girl making a living, she whispered, her breath reeking of blood. And you, my love? You're gonna make a fine addition to the collection. Dean wasn't the first. Wouldn't be the last. Candy wasn't just some con artist, drugging truckers and stealing their rigs. No, she was the bait. The real monsters? The ones waiting in the shadows? They fed on the lost. The forgotten. The men who disappeared on long, dark highways, never to be seen again. Dean's heartbeat pounded in his ears as Candy stood, gesturing toward him. The creatures descended. His screams were swallowed by the endless fields. The aftermath. A week later, Dean's truck was found abandoned on the side of the highway. No sign of him, just an empty wallet, and the lingering scent of something foul in the cab. Truckers still tell the story, the ones who know. About the lot lizard with the dead eyes. The one who offers more than just a trick. And if you hear a soft knock on your window late at night, lock your doors. Keep driving. And for God's sake, never, ever pick her up. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment. It really helps the channel grow. Thanks for listening to Hidden Thread Teller. See you in the next one.